everyone, welcome to my channel. First of all, thank you so much for spending your time watching my videos. My name's Thanh Hằng and you can call me Hannah. I come from Vietnam and I'm here to help you learn Vietnamese. And now how can I start my channel? Can I start my channel with vocabularies videos, with grammar structure videos, or what else? Well, from my experience of learning two languages, English and Chinese, I think pronunciation is very important when you learn a language. No matter what language you are learning, maybe it's Japanese, Chinese, English, Vietnamese, I think if you know how to say words, will make you feel more interested in this language. Besides, I think if you feel like that you have a good pronunciation, you will be more confident with communicating. So this is the reason why I will start my channel with a series of Vietnamese pronunciation. I want you to have a good pronunciation first. I want you to be able to say a word first, and then we can move on to the next things like vocabulary videos, grammar structure videos, or some videos helping you to improve your listening skill, your speaking skill, your writing skill, or your reading skill. Okay, and in today's video, I'll let you know some very basic knowledge about Vietnamese pronunciation. Now let's start with the Vietnamese syllable structure first. In Vietnamese language, a syllable will contain at least two mandatory components, including tone and nuclear vowel. What are tone? In Vietnamese, we have 6 tones, which make a lot of difficulties for foreigners to learn Vietnamese. So now I will give you an example so that you can understand what are tones. Look at here. Ma, 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 and these are tones. When you learn Vietnamese, please pay attention to the tones. Learning tones carefully, because in Vietnamese, if you change the tones, the meaning of the words could be changed. Now you can look at here, 2 words here, ma and ma. You can see they are similar to each other, right? They all have the initial consonant m and the nuclear vowel a, but the difference here is the tone. For the word ma, the tone is mid-level tone. For the word ma, the tone is high raising tone. They are similar to each other, but their meaning is totally different. For the word ma, the meaning is ghost. And for the word ma, the meaning is mother. So please taking time and effort into learning Vietnamese tones to make sure that you will not get into some very embarrassing situation. For example, like if this is the first time your girlfriend visits your house and you introduce your mother to your girl and you say đây là ma của tôi instead of đây là má của tôi. So very embarrassing, right? Okay, and now let's move on to the nuclear vowel. In Vietnamese, nuclear vowels will be divided into 2 categories, including nuclear monophthong. For nuclear monophthong, we have 11 sounds. And for the nuclear diphthong, we have 6 sounds. For the nuclear non-monotone, we have here a, o, e, o, and e. And for the nuclear monophthong, we have ear, or, yeah, and or. Okay, I have just explained a little bit about tone and nuclear vowel. What are tone and what are nuclear vowel? And as I have said before, in Vietnamese, a syllable will contain at least 2 mandatory components, including tone and nuclear vowel. So now I will give you an example of a word just have tone and nuclear vowel. In Vietnamese, we have a word called You can see here, you can see the word here. It just have one vowel and a low falling raising tone. So what does it mean by Okay, now I will give you an example as example sentence so that you can understand the meaning of this word. I have a sentence here. Tôi sống ở thành phố Hồ Chí Minh. It means I live in Ho Chi Minh City. So the word here, the meaning of the words here is in. Okay. Apart from 2 mandatory components, including tone and nuclear vowel, a Vietnamese syllable can also contain 3 optional components, including initial consonant, labialization, and final consonant or semi-vowel. For the initial consonants, we have 23 initial consonants, including b, b, f, 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 m, m, t, t, th, th, d, d, y, 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 y. Please pay attention to 2 sounds here. I'll write them down so that you can see them better. For 2 sounds here, in the northern accents, people will pronounce this sound as y and this sound as z. But in our southern accents, we pronounce both of them as y, y. Okay, let's continue. N, n, s, 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 s. Please pay attention to 2 sounds here. In the theories, we pronounce this sound as s, s, and this sound as sh, sh. But actually, in the real conversation, we pronounce both of them as sa, sa. And then we have la, la, ja, ja, ya, ya, ka, ka, ha, ha, ga, ga. We also have another way to write the sound g, g, h, g, h, g, g, ng, ng. We also have another way to write the sound ng, n, g, h, k, k, r, r, and ñ, ñ. And now let's move on to the next component. Is the labialization. What is labialization? Well, actually, it's a sound that makes your lips rounded. Okay, now I will give you an example. In Vietnamese, we have a word like ủa. You can see in the words we have a labialization. U. Because you can see your mouth when you pronounce the sound u, your lips are rounded. U. Okay, and now let's move on to the final components. Is the final consonant or semi-vowel. For the final consonant, we have 8 final consonants, including b, t, k, j, m, n, ng, and ñ. Do you feel like that they are a little bit similar to the initial consonant? Well, actually, for 7 final consonant here, t, k, j, m, n, ng, and ñ. They are both initial consonants and final consonants. You can find here t, k, then j, m, n, then ng, and ñ. Now I will give you an example of the sound chờ. Okay, chờ. For the sound chờ, you can see I've already write 2 words here. For the first one, chờ is a initial consonant. It's e at the beginning of the word. Chim, it means bird. And for the second word, you can see chờ is a final consonant. It's the at the end of the word. Lịch, it means calendar. Okay, and now let's move on to the semi-vowel. In Vietnamese, we have 4 semi-vowels, including both of them are pronounced as e. For this one, we call this one is short e ngắn, and this one is long e dài. O, and u. Actually, as semi-vowels, we have a lot of different functions. Now I will give you an example. Okay, here I've already written 2 words, hoa and ao. Yeah, for the first one, you can see semi-vowel sound, or here it has a labialization, because when you pronounce the sound or your lips are rounded. And for the second one, the semi-vowel sound, or it has a final consonant, because it's at the end of the word. Alright, we've already finished learning Vietnamese syllable structure, and now I want to share with you one thing which is very fantastic about learning Vietnamese pronunciation. What is this? This is after learning Vietnamese pronunciation, you'll be able to read all of the new words without looking it up in the dictionary. It's unlike English. What do I mean? Well, for example, like in English, if this is the first time I come across the word capital. The word capital. Just by looking at the words here, I cannot know how is it pronounced. I have to look it up in the dictionary and I get the result like this. And now I have to look at this one, capital. I have to see how is it transcribed so that I can know how to pronounce it. But in Vietnamese, it's totally different. You just need to look at the word. And then you know how to pronounce it. So, is it very fantastic, right? So I think it's worth taking your time and effort into learning Vietnamese pronunciation. And let's fight for it. Okay, these are something about Vietnamese pronunciation that I want to share with you today. Thank you so much for watching my videos and see you again in the next video. Bye bye!